All right. Hi, Medfield. Welcome to Up to Speed with the Medfield TV crew. I'm Katie.
I'm Damon.
And I'm Matt.
And we, as always, want to thank the Medfield Foundation for their generous support of this podcast and all of Medfield TV's podcasts. So today on the show, we've got some new fun segments. So stay for the whole thing. Watch us, listen to us, and you'll have a fun time. But first, housekeeping. So Matt and Damon, what's been going on this week? What upcoming productions do we have? Tell us the scoop.
Sure. You go ahead, Matt.
I start. All right. So first thing coming up is going to be Journey Through Wholeness, which I actually shot the 2 yoga classes yesterday, and it's just really cool to be in there. I've edited them before, and I've never been in that room before. I'm blanking on the name of the place.
Burning Wheel.
No, it didn't happen. Burning Wheel. And the 2 yoga instructors, Jill and Margot, are awesome, and they're so kind, and I love just getting to know them, and they seem so professional at what they do, and they're like, yeah, we're kind of just like make it up as we go. It's like, no, really, that's amazing. Like, it seems like so you've been doing this for years. And the chair yoga itself is something that I really want to share out with my grandmother, because she's getting older and she's having a hard time moving, and it's one of those things that I didn't even think of was a possibility to still do yoga when walking isn't as easy. So it's just a really cool thing.
Yeah, it's a really fun show, right?
Yeah.
It's I've been able to participate in the show.
Yes.
So you'll see me on camera
Yeah.
falling asleep during one of the shows.
Jill asked if I wanted to participate, and I was tired, honestly, and I'm like, I know I'm just gonna fall right asleep, and I got to do stuff.
We
after
hear you
this.
snoring.
Yeah, wouldn't have been good.
Yeah, it's very relaxing. So definitely tune in for those.
Oh, definitely.
We also have a new show called Medfield Musings with Rosalie Weiss, and that's kind of focused on local town government and kind of looking and taking a deeper dive into, who makes the town function and what goes into each of those positions. So that's definitely a show that we're looking forward to kind of getting people to know and kind of informing people about. So we're very excited about that.
Yeah, that's actually a show I'm excited to see grow and even see the first episode, because I for many years covered municipal government meetings, and I'll just be very open about it. I really never knew what they were talking about. I was watching audio levels, worrying about the cameras and other things, so I wasn't fully paying attention, but I think it is sort of a confusing thing when you first jump into how local governments work, and especially, I'm getting to the point where I want to start voting at my local town meetings and how all that works, and I don't really know how it works, so I'm excited for this show to learn more.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good kind of peek behind the curtain, if you will, of just bringing the community into that realm of the town and how the decisions are made, and just kind of helping people understand what goes into keeping their town functioning and running smoothly.
Yeah, completely. And then also we have Medfield Wellness, which is a show that connects mind, body, and spirit, and sort of talks about how all of those things sort of relate to each other and how they can help you live a better, healthier life. And this was a show as well. We recorded the first episode earlier this week, and just the conversations that they were having about, eating better, sleeping better, being kinder to yourself was really cool. And honestly, I learned quite a bit just watching it, just like mental wellness. I think it was, it's a cool thing that I think today people are starting to talk about now more than ever. And I'm happy we have a show that can emphasize that.
Yeah, I think it's really going to be a great add to our run of shows that really promotes having the community be healthy, and getting them to start thinking about their wellness and how they can take care of themselves, how they can take care of each other, and just build an overall healthy community.
Yes, no, completely. That's one of them. Similar to Medfield Musings, I'm just excited to see the show grow, and I get to learn more as it grows. So it's cool.
Great. And then we also have 2 new podcasts coming up too. So the first one is produced by a woman in town named Mary Roke, and her show is called Words of Wisdom. And she's going to be speaking with the older community in town about, what kind of impressions they've made on other people in their lives and what kind of legacy they feel like they've left on their own community and how they've helped others through their life. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, that'll be a really, really nice and heartwarming show. I'm really looking forward to that. And then we are producing another staff-produced podcast. This one has been in the works for over a year. It's called Voices of Medfield. And this will be kind of a conversation rather than a podcast. We kind of developed it a little more over the summer. It's going to be another really heartwarming podcast. It's going to be really homey, really down to earth, really organic. And it's going to follow the lives of Medfield citizens or Medfield transplants or people that have worked or studied in Medfield throughout their time in Medfield. So what things were like in the past, what things are like in the present for them, and what they hope for the future of Medfield. So I'm really excited to get that one going.
Yeah, that's going to be cool just to hear their stories.
Yeah, absolutely. And Matt, what do we have going on for classes and volunteer opportunities right now?
So for classes coming up, right now we are planning to have the first class on September 6th on a Saturday. It is going to be basic videography, where of course you'll be learning just the basics of how to operate the equipment, cover events, and other things that involve video production. Even as well, for volunteer opportunities, we have all the shows. We were just saying, if there's anyone who's interested in helping out with any of those, please reach out. We would love to teach you how that stuff works. And honestly, you probably have great ideas that might help the shows. And we need a ton of editors right now. That's probably the biggest thing we need. We have a ton of stuff that needs to get edited. And I think editing is one of those things that can look very scary. And if it's something at all you've ever been interested in, no matter what age you are, I promise it's not as scary as it seems, and we can teach you and help you every step along the way. So if you have any interest in learning how to use Adobe or Premiere Pro, please reach out, and we would love to help you out.
I think to kind of jump in on the editing side of things, right? Like, while it isn't as, I think, physical, I think what's great about it is it teaches you how shots and different things go together, so that when you know how that functions and know how those pieces connect, when you're filming something for something new, okay, I need to get this shot or that shot. So it kind of helps you to think like an editor, no matter what part of the production process you're doing.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you're interested in editing, let us know.
Yeah, it's just a great way to learn. It's a great way to learn how this stuff is structured. I think once you start to see edits, you'll start to watch movies and you're like, oh my gosh, I can see the cut right there. And then the cut to the other shot, and it's all starting to make sense. It's kind of like a little bit of a peek behind the curtains.
Yeah. One thing we used to do is we would watch a movie, and we like any scene in a movie, and we would just count any time there was a new shot. And you'd be surprised how many different shots are added up to even make just a couple minutes of film.
It's insanity.
So what would you both say to people who want to get involved, or what would you say you hope for the future of Medfield TV? What do you hope that our volunteers can do with us?
I guess I hope that they can reach out to us with any questions that they may have about this stuff, without worrying about any level of, oh, I'm going to break something, or I'm going to screw it up, or I'm going to do it wrong, or I'm going to make the worst show, or anything along those lines of just not having the confidence to think that you could do stuff like this, because it does seem so new and honestly maybe a little bit foreign to some people, but I promise it's just not as scary as it looks. And it's all about messing up and then learning from it. That's what this is all about. So
yeah, I think really for me it's about building something for yourself, but also following your curiosity. I think some of the greatest things that people make are when they're following their curiosity. They're discovering new things. They're experimenting. They're trying something that they've never tried before, and then they come out with a result that they didn't expect it, or that was better than they could have expected. So I think really just taking your curiosity, following it, seeing where it takes you, whether that's a video or a podcast or graphics that you're designing, anything that you want to create. Just make sure you're following your curiosity and building something for yourself.
Great. And for me, I mean, I would love the vision of the organization to really follow that community part of community media and have this become a community media center or community center, not just a media center. And I kind of saw that this week. We had 4 or 5 editors in using all of our computers all at the same time. Yeah. Like this is the problem I want to have. I want people to say, "Oh no, there's no computer available for me to edit." And I want to get to the point where we've got lots of people editing every day. All of our cameras are out on shoots. Like that's what I want to see here.
Yeah, no, totally. I guess just the last thing I have to say is I also just want to build relationships with the volunteers as well. If you're in high school and you're interested in maybe what film school might be like, I just went through that process. If there's anyone who wants to know more about that, I'd love to just have a conversation with them. Or if they're, just want to talk rather than, I don't want to hold a camera yet. If you want to just talk about it and see how you feel about it, just send us an email and we'd love to have a conversation.
Great. And Damon, what do we have coming up for events within the next couple of months?
Sure, yeah. So next Wednesday on the 20th, we're having our volunteer appreciation party. It's going to be like a potluck event, so we definitely want people to bring something good that everybody can enjoy. But it's also a time for us to kind of recognize all the hard work that our volunteers have done throughout the year, and make sure that they're recognized for their creations that they've made, all the efforts they've done. There's a lot of hard work that goes into every piece that we make, and so I think it's important for all of us to come together, recognize that, and have a good time together. We're also going to be having our Halloween spectacular, or a Scarecrow spectacular, sorry, and that is taking place on the 18th. But right now, our registration is open for if you want to send in your designs for a Scarecrow. Those are due by the 15th of October. And you can register for that at medfield.tv/scarecrow. And that way, if you want to design a Scarecrow and kind of put in that for the contest, then definitely sign up for that.
Yeah, no, totally. I'm really excited for the volunteer appreciation party because there are so many great volunteers who do so much for us that they deserve just to be like, hey, you're amazing. Thank you so much, because they're great. And there's a couple I can think of off the top of my head that are doing amazing work for us.
Yep. And it's a pretty low-key event, too.
Yes.
Like we were talking about just, bringing a Switch and playing Mario Kart. Like we're just going to have some fun.
All right, but that
night.
does open up the worm. What is it like? Have you guys played Mario Kart? What's your skill level? Because I'm a Mario. I pride myself in my Mario Kart's ability. Like if I'm at a party and someone pulls it out, I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm first place no matter what.
My husband is like that. Yeah. So I have like a high bar to set for myself. I usually come in second or third when I play with him. And sometimes like the course just totally like fails me and I'm falling off the side. Like I just try too hard. So I try to get that second or third place, but it's not always there for me.
Totally. My main goal is just to stay on the track. If I can do that and get through it, then I'm happy. That's really kind of where I'm at. Yeah.
I grew up with two very competitive older brothers, so it was a kill or be killed. Like you got to get first or you're done.
Yeah.
What about Smash Brothers?
Oh God! Oh my goodness! Yeah, I grew up playing Melee on the GameCube all the time, and that game I love Smash. It's personally like out of like all the Mario Party games, it's probably my favorite.
Really?
Of all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was never very good at it. I would just choose Link and just like swing my sword and just do my best, or do Kirby and then just swallow everybody.
Yeah. Kirby down B, just hit everybody. Yeah.
That was my character of choice. I played the original Smash Bros on N64, so that was my jam. But yeah, Kirby all the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
My game of choice on the original N64 was definitely Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one. All right, well, let's talk a little more tech. So we have some new stuff here at Medfield TV. Can you guys tell me about what we got this week? Like, get us up to speed on Medfield TV tech.
Yeah, sure. No, we just got in, and we talked about it a little bit last time because we had just finished setting it up, and now we definitely had the opportunity to play with it more. We just got the brand new Blackmagic ATEM. I don't remember the exact numbers that goes
TV
after it.
Studio 4K?
Yeah.
No,
4K.
I think it was a
HD.
ISO 8.
I'm picturing it's like T80. Like I know that's not fully
right.
correct. There's 80 somewhere in there, but it's honestly we could sit here and talk about all the things it can do, and maybe that might be confusing or people want to get that, but it's truly if you watch like YouTube shows like Good Mythical Morning, or if you're a fan of podcasting like the New Heights podcast, which just had Taylor Swift on, and I think I read they had like 1.2 million viewers watching that.
It got up to 9. I watched it because my girlfriend's obsessed with Taylor Swift, I watched all 2 hours of it until they broke YouTube.
Whoa.
The ending, like last 10 minutes, cut off, and we're like, is that it? And then I guess they came on later and finished the show. But yeah, they had up to like 9 million people.
Wow,
Whoa.
that's insanity.
It was ridiculous.
That's
yeah.
insanity. But with all this equipment, this new stuff that we have, like this podcasting studio, like the ATEM in there, we can now create these things. And if there's anyone who watches this and goes, you know what, that seems like fun, I think I could do that, just have a show or have a podcast. Like, we now have the equipment to do that, and it's very cool, and it's very intuitive, so it's a ton of fun.
And I think
You too can break YouTube.
Yes.
Exactly. I think the great thing about it is that we're in a point in time where the technology doesn't have to be a limitation anymore. I don't have access to stuff. That doesn't have to be a problem anymore. You can come here, you can use our tech, you can make anything pretty much that you want, and that's really exciting.
Yeah. I'm personally a big fan of the New Heights podcast. I do watch it a lot just because I love Jason Kelsey. He was the center for the Eagles, and I'm a big Eagles fan. And it's crazy to think that offensive linemen don't get paid that much in the NFL, and it's crazy to think how much more money he's made from this podcast than he did his entire NFL career. Like, it's wild. It's a very successful podcast, and it's really fun.
Yeah, they do a good job with that. Speaking of podcasts, we also have all of this tech, right? So, this is our second episode, but this is still very new to us. So we're still, we're hoping that, by us producing podcasts and shows and stuff like that, we can show to our audience that they can do it too.
Yeah.
And so we're always, happy to show people how this stuff works. We have brand new microphones. We have a brand new recording board. So, it doesn't have to be scary.
No, it doesn't. And we're not perfect at this. This is some of our first time sitting down and trying to make this work, and we're just trying to have fun with it. And that's all you really have to do with it, is if you have fun behind the scenes, it'll show in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I think today all we did was press 2 buttons and adjust a few little levels, and that was it.
Yeah.
And we were rolling. Yeah. So it's not as hard as you might think it is.
Yeah.
But that doesn't invalidate our jobs. We're not going to let AI take over.
Someone has to plug in everything.
Yeah. That's true. But it's plug and play at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get a little up to speed on us. So, we always want to ask each other a few questions every episode, and we're all working in community media. I've worked in community media my whole lives. Matt, you've worked at a couple of different places.
Yes.
But Damon, you've been involved in more of the collegiate level community media type stuff. Yep. So I'm wondering, why did you all become interested in community media? What was the hook for you?
Sure.
I think the first time I ever got introduced to like a TV studio, or like a local TV studio for like the most Massachusetts towns has, was I grew up in Groton Dunstable, and right in my high school was the studio. And so me and my friends, we made a video for our project Animal Farm. We were supposed to make a poster about it and present it. We convinced our teacher we could make a short little 3-minute short film. I'm so happy it got taken off YouTube. I'm so happy you can't find that anywhere. I mean, it's terrible, but I haven't seen it in years, and I'd love to see it. But it made my whole class laugh, and that feeling I got, I was like, whoa, wait, that's cool. Like, I wrote that. Like, that's really fun. And so my teacher afterwards was like, hey, there's like a studio like across, and it literally was the door across from my English class. He's like, what? And he took me over, and I saw it, and like my eyes just got wide, and I was just like, this is just in my school. So I was always interested in movies and television, so I knew this is what I wanted to do. But then the first time I really got to make something about the community that helped somebody, that helped them tell their story when their story wouldn't be told, was a feeling I can't really describe. It was amazing. It was just like, wow, I can't believe how much we changed this person's day, this person's week, and they're so happy. And I can think of a couple off the top of my head that I don't need to get into the exact details, but people who have lived tough lives, or have been in car accidents, or injured, and their stories were never told. And just be able to tell those stories is so amazing. And just also helping the community. So many times when I was a kid, if someone just like tapped my shoulder and went, hey, that's what that means, and that's what that is, it would have made my life so much easier. So if I get the opportunity to do that for someone else, I'd be very happy.
And you brought up something really, I think, important there. And I think you brought this up in a staff meeting to us recently, is that you made something and you weren't super proud of it at this point in your life. You're like, it wasn't that great. I'm glad it got taken off of YouTube. But you know what? You did it.
It's true.
And that was your first video, and you got that, I wouldn't call it a mistake because I haven't watched it. I can't call it a mistake, but you got that first video out of the way.
Yes.
And then you kept on improving from there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's an important thing. Like when you come to Medfield TV, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make something bad. Just make it. Yeah. And then you'll improve from there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a really great lesson.
I'm happy because I wasn't focusing on it that much. I'm happy you said that though, because I completely agree. And again, that's just one of those things I wish someone told me when I first had made that, and I was feeling discouraged about it, because it's just like, it's true. The most important part is finishing. It's so easy to talk yourself out of just like, it's not worth it. No, it's completely worth it.
It is.
Yeah, I think for me, the way I approach it is it's like getting in your reps. So it's like sports. It's like anything else. You might not hit a home run first time at bat, but if you keep swinging, you keep trying, you eventually will. And I think it's the same idea. It's getting through that creative process from start to finish. And the more times you can do that, the more confident you will become, the more, your skills will build. So yeah, I think it's really just about getting in your reps, making sure that, not every time needs to be perfect, but just trying to get it from start to finish is a huge accomplishment in and of itself.
Mm-hmm. So what's your origin story, Damon? How did you get into community media and TV and film?
I was bitten by a radioactive spider.
Yeah, I figured.
But no, I started my my career. I went to film school as well. I went to Emerson College. And then after that, I had kind of worked freelance a bit, working for different shows, doing commercials, things like that. And then I got my job at Emerson. I kind of went back there, and I was working in their equipment center. So I helped manage that, helped get students their equipment that they needed for their courses. And I think while I was there, the biggest thing that I latched onto was the education aspect of it. And that's kind of what brought me here, was just being able to teach people how things go together, ways to approach things, ways to make their ideas a reality. And also like take the fear out of it. A lot of this stuff is complicated, and it's big, and it feels expensive, because it is, but it's also, it doesn't have to be that way, and it can be fun, and you can try things. And I think really just being able to pass on the education and being able to teach people day in and day out and help them kind of tell their stories is really kind of what brought me here.
Great. And also something to add on to that is when you come here to Medfield TV, yes, things might seem scary, but you know what? This is a team atmosphere, and the three of us are here to help with anything that you might need. And as you learn and grow and meet new people, you're going to have more crew members that are going to join you and help you out. So you're always going to have the support that you need here at Medfield TV.
Yeah, and I think to go off the team aspect of it, anytime you work and collaborate with more people, the better that project can be. Everybody has their idea of what they want their project to be, but whenever you collaborate and you bring more, creative minds into it, it can be 10 times better than what you ever thought. Or, you can grow that idea and make it something that neither individual could make it. Yeah. Right. I think that's the fun part about, doing media and creating in media, is that it is a team effort. It is a team sport to make something great.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of that team, just going to my origin story. So it was actually pretty similar to Matt's. So I went to Stoughton High School, and our mascot was a black knight, so a knight in shining armor kind of thing. And we had a TV show in the morning called Nightline in the Morning.
That's a good title.
Yeah, and so I would watch it every morning from when I was a freshman to sophomore, and then I said, you know what, I kind of want to do that. So I joined a TV production class, I learned how to film, and then in my junior year, I joined on as a camera operator. And then in my senior year, I became an anchor. And I thought it was so much fun, and I'm glad that I stepped out of my comfort zone and wanted to be on camera, because it ended up being a ton of fun. And I can't say that my public speaking skills are all that great. I never took a public speaking class, and that's something that I wish that I did when I was a kid, but or even now I could do it, I guess. But that was a really great experience. It was a humbling experience for me too, but so much fun. And then from there, I went to UMass Amherst, studied communications there, had an internship at Amherst Media, which was their local community media center. and just stayed in the business since then. I worked at Everett High School. We had like a little mini ESPN. We had a production truck. We'd travel to all kinds of different schools and cover all the football games.
That's so cool.
I also got to go to Gillette for the Super Bowl, the high school Super Bowl, and got to be at field level recording highlights of the game.
Making me jealous.
So fun.
Why am I just hearing about this?
Surprise! If I can find any of that footage, I'll show you. But that was super fun. And then after that, I worked at HCAM TV, which is now called Harbor Media in Hingham. I was a production coordinator there. I taught a lot of classes to the community and produced a couple of like news type shows. Then moved on to New TV in Newton. I was the director of member services, had a job pretty similar to Matt's, teaching classes every night, again, teaching volunteers. And then got my first executive director job in Bedford, worked there for 2 years, and now I'm here at Medfield TV. And I'm never leaving, ever, because this place is great.
That's really cool. I didn't know all that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's in my school there was no video classes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they didn't offer it, and so it wasn't until like me and my two friends started showing interest, we brought it back, and so we brought back videography and editing as 2 classes you could sign up for, and we ended up getting a bunch of people to sign up for them, so they were able to run in like I think like the spring. My junior year, which was so much fun because honestly, we had a teacher we were pretty close with, so I was sort of like the co-teacher there because I kind of knew what was happening a little bit, but not really. Like it was more or less my teacher just like
you're assisting the teacher.
Yeah. She like knew I was kind of up to date with some of this stuff, and I understood how to operate the cameras, and some of the students didn't. So like I would help out here and there, but it was still like I was a student. But it was just when you get into the stuff at high school and there's people around you who are supporting you doing it, it's really nice.
Nice, great. So let's talk a little bit about the here and now. So what's going on for both of you this weekend?
All right, I have a big weekend.
Oh boy, let me hear it.
I have a big weekend. I'm not even ready for this. So coming up Saturday is going to be my fantasy football draft.
Okay.
It's a league with my family. I have a pretty big family. Me and my brothers and my stepbrothers about make like 8 people all together, and then we have a ton of our friends. So it's a league of like 12 of us. I've gotten last 2 years in a row.
Ugh.
Horrible. I don't want to talk about it. But I have to go eat I always want to call it the last dab, but it's the one that's worse than the last dab in the Hot Ones lineup. It's the
I can't
I don't
think
know
of
why
it.
I always want to call it the
the
last
bomb?
dab. Yeah,
The
the
bomb.
bomb. I had ordered it the other day. It's sitting on my counter now. I have to go eat the bomb tomorrow before my draft, which is going to be terrible. And we all dress up in suits, and my one stepbrother Charlie is the commissioner, so we all tell him our pick, and then he goes up and announces it. It's a whole like 4-hour ordeal.
Do you record it?
No, we don't. We should though. I'll get some footage of it because it's really funny. And my stepbrother Charlie he's so theatrical. He makes it so fun. But I'm very nervous just because my last 2 years I've drafted it. I've been like, I'm going to get first. These idiots don't know how to draft. And then next thing you know, I'm in the toilet bowl and I'm like, oh my goodness, how did this happen? And so I'm super excited about that. It's at my brother's house. And then Sunday is my grandmother's birthday. She is turning 89, which is exciting. It's going to be a big event. There's going to be like 30 of us, I think, at our house. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time. Which I'm not a big party person, so I'm kind of low key like don't love big crowds, honestly. I just feel like I never like have that opportunity to like say hi to somebody I haven't talked to in so long. Rather, it's just the party atmosphere, but it's still going to be a great time.
So Damon, what do you have going on this weekend?
Yeah, so Saturday I'm going to be going to the Boston Opera House. I have tickets to go see The Wiz.
Ooh.
So that's going to be a lot of fun.
We had the same reaction.
Great music in that show. I remember watching the film as a kid with Michael Jackson, and like just the dancing and everything. But also all the shows at the Opera House have been phenomenal. I just saw the Back to the Future show, and that had some of the best special effects in it with the DeLorean. That was, I can't tell you, it was like magic. So I'm really excited to see, kind of what this production has, and it's just going to be a lot of fun.
I'll be honest, I really don't know what The Wiz is. I didn't know there was a Michael Jackson movie.
Yeah, so it's basically The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just his version of it.
Interesting.
And they have different songs and things like that. But it's the story pretty much the same as the Wizard of Oz. But
Cool. Oh, yeah, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's
Yeah.
I forget who else is in it, but I know Michael Jackson plays the Scarecrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of who else is in the movie. I can't remember.
Yeah,
But-
That's okay. Everybody will have to go watch
Yeah,
it.
But it's cool, and it's like it's kind of got a different design to it. It's
Ooh.
kind of, I wouldn't say it's like steampunk, but it's like different. It's not like
okay.
it's not like they're trying to recreate the Wizard of Oz. They're like they make it their own and stuff. And the Wicked Witch is really cool.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, me too. I've heard of it, but I've never watched it, and I actually didn't know Michael Jackson was in it either.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That'll be really exciting.
I didn't know if I was going to say something like, you didn't know that?
Yeah.
In the back of my mind, I must have known because I'm pretty sure I had a dream about Michael Jackson last night. But I also think that's because one of his songs was on the radio.
You knew we were going to be talking about this today. Yeah.
Kitty falls asleep to Man in the Mirror.
I was just thinking that. That's my nighttime, my bedtime song. All right. Well, my weekend is super exciting. I have nothing going on.
That's
it's going to
the
be
best.
great.
That's
yeah,
the best.
Right?
Yeah,
right?
nothing in bed. Nothing beats it. Just nothing.
It's been a while, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna relish in it. I'm gonna sit on my porch with my cats, and we're gonna read a book,
Nice.
and that's it.
Do your cats like go far when they go outside, or do they stay around?
So we actually have an enclosed porch.
Oh, that's
so
so
yeah,
nice.
so they're indoor cats, but they get to enjoy the outdoors. So it's like a
that's
big catio
perfect.
for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big catio?
Do they climb the screens?
Roxy has been known to swipe at the screen, and she's made a couple little holes, but we try to catch her before that. We've had mice climbing up the side of our house, so yeah,
I'm sure they love that. Yeah.
She's a mouser for
yeah.
sure. In our first house in Hopkinton, she caught a mouse.
Oh, skillful.
She is, yes, and this is really skillful because she only has half a mouth of teeth.
Wow.
So yeah, she's our little mouser.
Little hunter, yeah.
Yeah, our huntress.
Yeah.
But otherwise, they just lounge.
Yep.
They love it out there.
Cats.
Yep. So we had something else to get to, but I think this is a perfect segue into
Yes,
our new
I
segment.
Agree. I agree completely.
Oh, yes.
So we have a new little treat for you all. It's called Cat Photo of the Week.
It is just because we came to the conclusion we all are way too in love with our cats,
Yep.
which not enough personally, but I love my cats so much, and we all take way too many pictures of our cats,
Mm-hmm.
and we all go and be like, look at this picture. We're like, all right, you know what? We got to start making this part of the podcast.
How many pictures did you have on your phone this morning of just your cats?
Of just my cats. Take it, not just my one cat I have now, my cats growing up, but like closer to like 1,500.
Wow. How about you, Damon?
I had like 2,700.
I'm sure I
It's
probably
bad.
have
I don't
something close
know,
to that.
what gave it away that I like cats at all.
I don't know. It's not like you were wearing a hat that said cat dad or anything.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But
Well,
it was
okay.
a great hat. I am jealous of that.
Me
I have,
too.
I have
Well,
socks
I
that say
wouldn't wear it,
that, but I can't. Like, I'm not gonna.
Just wear them on your hands.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So let's all share our photos.
Okay. Can you?
All right.
We'll show them all to you.
Yes. We will. We
Yes.
were going to put up what ends up being the winner.
Okay. So let's describe our cat photo. So Matt, you go first.
All right, so my cat Gigi is a full black cat, and she turns into the void. So the picture I am showing is just eyeballs out of my closet, because that's constantly how I find her when I come home. I just open up my closet, and then two eyeballs look back at me, and I can't make out any other feature other than those two eyes. So I took a picture of it, and it's very cute because that's what she does.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Void.
My
Void boy.
I have
A little void.
I have two cats.
Void girl. Right?
Void, yes, void girl.
Void girl.
I have two cats, Figaro and George. Figaro is a tuxedo cat, and George is an orange cat. And George, for a while, was king of the jungle. It was just him. And then we decided, you know what? You need a playmate because you keep attacking me and wanting me to play with you. And so I was like, okay, we need to get another one. So we got Figaro. And now they're the biggest snuggle buddies until they start fighting. But usually for a good 5 minutes, they love each other. And so my picture is of them kind of laying on our, we have a stool, kind of sofa thing in our bedroom. And so they lay on that. That's become their new spot. And so it's George laying down
That's so cute.
and
Look at his
Figaro.
arm.
Yeah, George has his arm around Figaro, and Figaro's kind of got his head cocked back towards George. So they are just spooning each other, and they are getting big in this picture from the looks of it. They're getting
How old are they in that picture?
This was taken a couple weeks ago, actually last Saturday.
Oh, okay.
and Figaro just turned. Oh boy, I'm being a bad cat dad.
Take that hat off.
He just turned 2. I'm terrible with numbers. Great with cats though.
I don't think cats are good with numbers either. So it's
No,
fine.
I don't think so.
And and then George just turned 4. We do themed birthday parties. So this past year, when George turned 4, we did a Forrest Gump cat party. And so so that was that. And then we had To Infinity and Beyond for Figaro. Yeah.
That's amazing. What were some of the things that were in the theme? Did you just like have like Buzz Lightyear or Toy Story and like the movies on, and they like watching that, or was there more?
Yeah, it's a lot of decorations. For George's birthday, we had a lot of shrimp themed things.
Big shrimp cat.
Yeah, lots of plates and stuff. We got little boxes of chocolates for everybody who attended this birthday party.
That's so sweet.
We had a little cake that said "I love you, Georgie" instead of "I love you, Jenny."
That's just
I dressed up as Forrest Gump.
Naturally.
Yep.
Wait, pre-run or post-run?
I guess towards the end.
Okay,
I can
so with the
see it.
long hair and the hat and the trainers.
It was more of like the buttoned up.
like watching his kid get on the bus.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, now I gotta find the pictures of that. But anyway, it's my pictures. Them.
We'll
spooning.
post them.
Yes,
We'll
yeah.
post them.
Well, they'll all be on screen.
Yeah. That's so fun. So my picture is a picture of Indy, and I'm totally cheating because this was from almost 7 years ago today.
I mean, no, it's fair. I saw
the anniversary.
Yeah.
He was, let's see, he was born in May, so June, July, August. He was only 3 months old.
No.
This is a picture of him with a little tilty head and giant eyes. He is doing half of a loaf, so he's got one hand underneath him and one hand out like this. And he is just looking so precious.
Aw.
This
It's
tiny
that
little
picture.
cat on this big giant couch. It is adorable. One of my favorite pictures ever.
I think honestly, instead of just showing the one who wins, I'm just gonna put all 3 of our pictures above our heads
please.
for it. Were you gonna? I didn't want to cut you off.
No, that's okay. That's it. Yeah,
That's
it's
it. All
just
right.
tiny kitten on a big couch.
Who are we voting? The rules of the game are you cannot vote for your cat, and
Right.
you have to vote for someone else's. That way, one cat will get 2 votes, and that is the winner. Wow, you guys have made this difficult for me.
You've
in all
made it
honesty.
difficult too. I'm so jealous of the cat love.
Yeah, no, me too. Because I want to get Gigi a friend. Those eyeballs though, I might have to go. With your cat.
I mean,
I'll go Indy.
speaking of eyeballs, like yours,
Right?
is,
Look
that's
at
all
those
it is.
eyeballs. It's
That's-
just eyeballs.
I think I'm gonna go with that.
It
It's
looks like evil eyeballs.
that or like Toothless from How to Train Your
Oh,
She
Dragon.
does.
love
We
Toothless.
thought about naming her Toothless
Yeah.
for a little bit, but she has such sharp teeth that we were like, it doesn't really work.
Fair. Ooh, this is a tough one, guys. I'm gonna go with George and Figaro.
I'm going with Matt. Oh, is it a
Uh-oh.
draw?
Uh-oh.
Wait, is that
Is it a-
happen? Did I not think about that?
Technically, it's a 3-way.
Technically, it's a three-way. I thought for
It's a-
sure if it was you couldn't vote for your own cat, there would always be one person voting. There'd be one cat
That's
with
what I
2
thought.
votes. Yeah, that made sense in
But
my
if
head.
we each
see,
vote
we're
for
cat
our
people.
own.
We can't math.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the first one is we all win because we all have
win!
cats.
Hooray!
I think that's great.
That was so funny. We're cat people. We don't math.
We don't
Oh,
math.
I forgot. My bad.
If you want to cast your vote on which cat
Yes.
photo you like the best, please let us know.
Yes, please.
Choose mine.
But yeah, but choose Katie's.
Gigi's an angel.
So Cindy.
All right. Have you both been watching or listening to something new lately? That maybe it doesn't have to be something new that's come out, but maybe something new that is just new to you.
New to me.
I did just start a brand new TV show. If you want me to
Sure.
to kick
What
it
is it?
off, I just started watching Alien Earth.
Ooh, what's that about?
The first Alien
Okay.
is my favorite movie of all time. I love that movie so much, and this was a show I was super excited for because of that. I think seeing the xenomorphs go to Earth is something they've talked about for a very long time. It was the original idea for Alien 3, but then that got scrapped. So seeing that finally come to fruition, I was so excited for the show. And the first 2 episodes dropped. It's on Hulu or Disney Plus because they have that deal right now, and it premieres on FX. But right now, I'm more intrigued in it than I'm like loving it. I think it sets up a lot of really interesting things I wasn't expecting. Like I get these great moments of like homages to the original Alien and some really horrific moments with these aliens and some scary moments with these gross bugs that really got under my skin personally. And so all of that is awesome. But then, like, it's a sci-fi TV show, and it really takes a lot of inspiration, I think, from Blade Runner with like synthetics and cyborgs and androids and what does that mean for humanity. And I think all that's interesting, but the way they're going about it is very, I'm just going to use the word interesting, so I don't want to use weird yet, because they might, as the show goes on, I might be like, oh no, I like this. I'm very 50-50 about some of the stuff they're doing with those synthetics, but everything with the xenomorph and everything, I mean, it is so cool. And there is some amazing shots where like it's in the background and you'll hold on that shot for like 10 minutes and then the characters will be done with their dialogue and then you just see it move away and you're like, it was there the whole time. And it's really cool. So I'm liking it, but I'm not fully bought in yet to a certain extent. I want to see more of it.
That's great.
Yeah.
I've been watching a show on Netflix called Delicious in Dungeon.
Oh.
And it is about a campaign of dungeon players. I don't know what else to call it. D&D players,
yeah,
basically. It's an anime. And
cool.
it's a really quick show. So I think each episode is like 20, 25 minutes. So it's something you can just watch occasionally
So nice
when you've got a
sometimes.
couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just cute. It's it's this group of, I think, 4 people going through a dungeon, trying to find their friend that was eaten by a monster. And as they go through the dungeon, they meet robbers, they meet various monsters that they eventually kill and eat. And it sounds a
whoa.
lot worse than it is.
Okay.
It's actually a really fun, cute show.
Totally.
There's nothing for them to eat in the dungeon. So they have this guy that comes along with them, and he knows how to cook and prepare all of these monsters. So they
Oh.
make things like bread and soups and salads, and it sounds like we're going to Olive Garden here, but you know, it's a really fun show.
What was the name of it again?
Delicious in Dungeon.
I need to.
I
that
feel like
sounds
I've
cool.
seen the trailer for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That sounds good though.
It's a fun show, yeah. And I really like food, and I play D&D. I'm not good at D&D, but I have fun. So it's a cute little show to watch every once in a while, and I've got 20 minutes. So.
Yeah, that's great. I've been watching season 4 of Only Murders in the Building.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That also is it's funny. It's like, for me, it's like such a cozy show, even though it's about murder and like finding a murderer and stuff. But there's also that whodunit aspect of it that I think is really intriguing. But all the characters are great. Like, they're all distinct and unique, and everybody's got their quirks, which makes it such a fun time.
Yeah.
And it's it's one of those, like, I want to just curl up on the couch and watch it and be cozy.
Nice.
Yeah, not to put you on the spot, but who's in that show again? It's okay if you don't remember.
It's Selena Gomez,
right, okay.
Martin
Okay.
Short, and Steve Martin.
That's right. I was like, there's another show that I felt like had a very different cast but a similar name, and I always mix them up because I haven't seen either of them. But that one, the one with Steve Martin, looked very funny.
Yeah, the title card and like the soundtrack for it is really unique and like kind of gets stuck in your head. So
Oh, cool.
it's definitely it's cool.
There's something about a good intro to a show, like Game
Yeah.
of Thrones. Like, everyone's always like, "Oh, you gotta skip the intro." No, like
No.
the music's what is gonna get me into the
Yes.
episode
Yeah.
coming up. Like, yeah, I agree.
The cool thing about this show is that, like, as you watch it, it'll show you kind of like Game of Thrones. Like, it shows you different pieces of the show. So it's kind of like a fun puzzle to watch of like, what are you going to see in that
awesome.
season and as the show progresses.
Is
That's
it
cool.
different for every episode or different for every season?
So each season is kind of a murder mystery.
Yep.
And so I think there's like 7 or 8 episodes per season. But it'll end with them kind of leading into the next one. And so, but it all takes place in this one building in New York City.
Fun.
That's cool.
I need to watch it.
Yeah,
It's
no-
cool.
All right. So our question for the crew of this week is,
Oh no.
if you had any superpower, what would it be? Did we forget to think about this one?
No.
No, Matt and I were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah.
I can go first.
Yeah, if you want to go
Okay.
first.
I feel like my superpower would be, like, super healing. Like, I'm a big Wolverine fan, so I think like being able to just heal on command, I think, is really cool. But also, like, I grew up as like a really sick kid, so like being able to like feel like better and
Yeah.
not I mean, I'm definitely better now, but But yeah, just I think being able to like not get sick.
No, just not even worry about that. I think when you had said that, I had made the comment where I was like, I feel like for lack of a better term, I'd probably do a lot more dumb things because you could just super heal, and it's
YOLO.
like this, yeah, exactly. Like
that'd be my superhero name, YOLO.
That's why'd you get part of the Avengers? His name was YOLO. That's fair. I think for my power, I think I genuinely am not. I kind of hate driving. It's always something I've never really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm. Same.
It's just not my thing. But and I also just don't really care for cars. They're just so complicated, and then they just break on you in 4 seconds. Everyone's like, "Why did you buy that one? How was I supposed to know? Like, what are we talking about here?" But so I feel like flying seemed interesting, but like I think that's a generic one to say. So I think I might go with teleporting. Teleporting seems really nice. Like just being able to like not stress about getting there at a certain time or anything like that. You just be like, "Oh, I'm here. Oh, I get to go to the grocery store. Oh, I got to go here. Oh, I got to go here," and not even worry about any traffic, anything along those lines. It just seems like so nice. The one I was between was freezing time. So many times where you're like, I just want more time to do this thing, whether it's just like playing a video game, watching a movie, just being on my phone and not having to do something fully. It's just like having those opportunities, just freeze it, and I'm just gonna get to be me for a little bit, and then I think though that leads to problems. Honestly, I think I was overthinking it, and I was like, I feel like I would just like freeze life and be like, I'm good now.
Yeah. I would totally overthink these things too.
I'm
overthinking teleporting, and I'm like, I'd still be late. I would still be late for everything. I'm late for literally every meeting. Like I have to be early, otherwise I will be late. It's just there's no being on time for me.
With teleporting really quickly, have you seen the movie Jumper?
Yes.
Remember the hate?
No.
That was just one of those things growing up. That was like one of my first like R-rated movies I ever saw. So like I don't know, this concept of teleporting has always been super cool to me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'd still be late.
Yeah.
So I chose a different superpower.
Yes.
I chose one that isn't quite typical, because I don't know, some of these superpowers I was like, invisibility, that still seems like nefarious to me. It just doesn't seem like something I'd want to do.
That popped into my mind too.
Yeah, I was like, this feels weird.
Yeah.
So I chose animal communication. I would
That's
love
such a great one.
and it's for good reason, because I was just thinking about Indy during this, because Indy, this little boy, he used to be so confident in himself when he was a little baby, and then he got older and there was this big thunderstorm, and he got so scared, and now every time that there's thunder, there's lightning, there's fireworks, he runs and hides. So I would want to be able to reason with him and say, Indy, it's okay, you are safe in your home, we love you, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
That's all I want it for.
That's so sweet. That's so
such
sweet.
a good one.
Yeah, I'm honestly a little bit sad I didn't think about that. Like I would love to communicate with Gigi and just like talk to her, or honestly just like any dog, because I'm sure it's just like bacon.
Yeah.
You're like, no, bacon. No. but no, that's such a good one. That's so cute though. Poor Indy.
I know. But
Yeah.
That's okay. He's still a good cat.
Maybe he needs like a thunder vest.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, compression therapy. One of my friends like has like a shirt they put on Teddy, her cat, and like it's so cute. And they give him compression therapy, and he like calms down.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should totally try that.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he'd be like one of those goats where like you scare them and then they just fall over.
Yeah, I
Like I
guess.
could totally see Indy doing that when we put the vest on him.
That's how George is anytime we put something on him. He doesn't know what to do, so he just lays there.
Yeah. It's so cute. All right. Well, any final thoughts before we head out of the podcast?
Other than similar to last week, please, you just want to talk about movies, you want to talk about TV shows, you want to learn the equipment, you want to learn how to make it, you want to learn anything that involves video production, please reach out.
Yeah, I think I kind of, to speak for all of us, that we've gotten into this because we're consumers first, right?
Yes.
We like movies, we like, games and things like that. We like art. So obviously, like, if you have a passion for any of that, come by. We can, figure out a way to make that work, or for you to talk about the things that you like. I think it all starts with, what are you passionate about? And then following that passion and seeing where it takes you, and making something with that, I think is really great.
Yeah, no, completely.
And cats, if you want to come talk about
Yes.
cats,
Yep.
all of us would
Yep.
love to talk to you.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for another amazing episode 2. We did it, you guys.
Yes.
We're rolling.
We're 2 for
this
2.
is happening. So thank you all in Medfield for watching and listening and tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Have a good one.
See ya. Happy Friday.